Welcome to the 2021 Momentum G-Sport Awards, a partnership between the G-Sport Trust and the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture. Proudly brought to you by Momentum and supported by Telkom, Supersport, Sasol, Imperial, Mail and Guardian, Brand South Africa, Nielsen Sports South Africa, and Estee Lauder. Your host this evening is two-time Momentum G-Sport Award winner and South Africa's voice of rugby, Motsidisi Mohono.
Well, there you have it. A very good evening and a warm welcome to the 16th edition of the Momentum G-Sport Awards. This is Africa's leading women's sport recognition program. This year, we honor history makers, the movers and the shakers, women who are on the field, on the court, and on the track, as well as officers across this country, making sure that they create record breakers as well, and we honor them for their unstoppable performances on the global stage. I'm joined by former Momentum G-Sport Awards winners in our champion presenter squad as we unveil a phenomenal list of winners. On the red carpet, we have 2015 Women in Radio, Cindy Poluta. Cindy, a very good evening to you. What is happening on the red carpet at the moment?
Well, Motsidisi, what can I say? It's so nice to get out the house, to dress glam, to look beautiful for a change. The red carpet at a socially distanced buzz this evening. With me on the red carpet at the moment is Charlotte Nsabuka Mukasa, who is the head of brand at Momentum. Just tell us a little bit about the hashtag She Owns Her Success.
Hashtag She Owns Her Success will be here for 10 hours, but if I was to use, let's say, the power of 3, I'd say this is our 3rd annual hashtag She Owns Her Success campaign, and it's really just advancing the conversation, but challenging ourselves as a corporate to say, stop having conversations and actually get behind the conversation with action. So the Momentum G-Sport Awards is us actually saying we're behind women in sports. So normally we're behind women in corporate, women who are professionals. And we always look for ways to actually put our money where our mouth is and to put action. So today's awards is another expression of how we take the conversation to say, hey guys, women in sports, what are their challenges? Hashtag She Owns Her Success is a big conversation, if I was to summarize it in a tweet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's go over to the winners' room now, where 2019 Women in TV winner Hloni Mthembu is standing by with another great interview.
Thanks, Cindy. So we've all been winners, right, at the Momentum G-Sport Awards, and we remember the thrill and the emotions of winning. And we are backstage now, and we'll be hearing firsthand from the winners as they come through. And with me, I am not alone, is a former G-Sport Momentum Special Recognition Award winner who is also one of the judges, Cynthia Chaka. Tell us, how special is it for you to keep seeing these girls coming through?
It is very, very special, Hloni, because it means that the women in sport, they know that there's a place where they can be recognized. Momentum G-Sport Awards is doing that. I mean, they are implementing the declaration made by Mr. Nelson Mandela in Monaco in 2000, when he said sport has the power to inspire, sport has the power to change the world, and it speaks to the people where there was only despair. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. So to see these young people coming through and to see these G-Sport Awards celebrating women, it's amazing. And I mean, it could not be more befitting than being in August, in the month that South Africa is celebrating women who stood against apartheid, who took a stand against the pass laws in 1956. And G-Sport Awards being held in this month, it reminds us of women who have paved the way for us.
We will go back to Joe now.
Hloni, I'm here where the winners will boldly own their success and be photographed by top photographer Austin Malema, who is well known for his Momentum G-Sport Award winner portraits. Remember the hashtag She Owns Her Success and hashtag G-Sport16? Well, tonight we will be rewarding the most active social media influencers. So get tweeting and be a part of the most hottest data party in town. Back to you, Motsidisi.
Thank you so much to Joe. Thank you to the entire presentation team. It's all about excellence. And as Cynthia Chaka said, all about the glam. The official voice of the awards, who you will hear throughout the evening, belongs to 2020 Women in Radio winner, Itumeleng Banda. And what a great voice she has. You'll be hearing it throughout the awards tonight. We're ready to bring you a magical show as we celebrate our stars. But before we celebrate the power of recognition on the Momentum G Sport Awards stage, may I ask that you all rise for the singing of the national anthem, Nkosi Sikelel' Afrika. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. And now it's time for the party to begin. We welcome onto the stage the G Sport founder, a woman who exudes glamour as well as excellence, and the founder of G Sport as well. Please put your hands together for the global superstar, Cass Naidoo.
Good evening, Momentum G Sport Awards partners, esteemed G Sport 16 judging panel members, recipients of Africa's longest running women's sports recognition platform, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on behalf of the G Sport Trust, the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, and Momentum. Tonight is about the power of recognition. Each of you have been handpicked to be here for your role in helping G Sport get to where we are tonight. It's about partnerships, and without partners, we would be absolutely nowhere. Last year, we consolidated our 15-year journey through an active learning program with Henley, and one of the outcomes of that process was that women's sport lacks commercial savvy. This led us to our partnership with Flash Sponsorship and Anthony Garstang and his team. This team has spearheaded the commercial elevation of G Sport, and these awards are positioned in a way that G Sport has never seen ourselves before, as women in sport. All this would not be possible without our naming rights partner, Momentum, who powerfully backed G Sport in 2019 and recently announced a multi-year renewal that will see us do great things together for women's sport. In 2015, when this platform was endorsed by the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, we made a commitment that G Sport would get corporate South Africa to work together for the good of women's sport. And I can safely say we are well on our way to achieving that goal. Please allow me to thank our partners of the Momentum G Sport Awards: Brand South Africa, Imperial, Mail and Guardian, Nielsen Sports South Africa, Sasol, Supersport, Telkom, and Estee Lauder. Today, I proudly stand here and tell you that the Momentum G Sport Awards platform is changing lives. And in the year of Charlotte Maxeke, tonight, we will unveil proudly the class of 2021. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Thank you so much to Cass Naidu, our founder of the G Sport Awards. This is the third year that Momentum have partnered with these awards to recognize women in sport and also encourage them to boldly own their success. I know you've been seeing that hashtag everywhere, she owns her success. Well, that's what Momentum is all about. Leading the charge for the change in the boardroom is the incomparable Nontokozo Madonsela. She's the Group Chief Marketing Officer of Momentum Metropolitan Holdings. Please come up on stage.
Wow, it's 3 years. So special, so special. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all protocol observed. Thank you all for being here as our distinguished guests. It is so good to be with you tonight with COVID and not being able to dress up for such a long time. And we are celebrating the G Sport Awards. 2021 marks the third year for Momentum as the main sponsor of these awards. It is a significant milestone because it coincides with the 16th edition of the G Sport Awards, South Africa's leading national women's sports recognition platform. I know the country only got 3 medals, but from where I'm standing, it is fantastic that they were won by women. As it happens, in my G Sport Awards speech last year, I did mention Tatiana as an example of amazing South African sportswomen who are proudly owning their success despite all the odds. Last year on this stage, I also said that sponsoring women's sports needed to keep rising. Imagine if you had sponsored Tatiana and Bianca with their Olympic super performance. You must be kicking yourself today because you missed the boat. But it's never too late to get involved. Recently, we have rediscovered the pioneering role of a woman leader like Charlotte Manya Maxeke, who was born in Pietersburg, now known as Polokwane. In a segregated South Africa, she let nothing stop her from fighting for women's rights, educating herself and others, sharing her knowledge, and uplifting the community. Maxeke accomplished many firsts in her lifetime. She obtained a BSc degree in 1901 and thus became the first Black woman in South Africa to get a degree. I didn't know that. Isn't that amazing? She was the only woman present at the launch of the ANC in 1912. She became one of the first female members. She was the first woman granted the privilege to participate in King Sabata Dalindyebo Court in the Transkei. She was the first Black woman to become a probation officer for juvenile delinquents in Johannesburg. Maxeke was definitely unstoppable. She continues to inspire us today, and as we reconnect with her story, we discover that nothing should stop us from accomplishing our goals. I decided to use her as an example tonight to emphasize that nothing should stop us from charging towards success. I end with some words from the iconic Charlotte Manya Maxeke, who is quoted as having once told a gathering that this work is not for yourselves. Kill that spirit of self and do not live above your people, but live with them. And if you rise, bring someone with you. I thank you.
For the 7th year running, these awards are also backed by the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, who endorsed the event back in 2015. Please help me welcome onto the stage the Honourable Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Nathi Mthethwa, to deliver a special message.
Good evening, the Program Director, Tsidi, Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Deputy Minister Thembi with us here, to Cass Naidu, the pioneer what we are here for. To Momentum representative, Ms. Nontokozo Madonsela, was here on the stage. All partners of Momentum G-Sport Awards, NAME, Supersport, Sasol, all the representatives of Telkom, of Nelson, of Imperial Brand South Africa, Mail and Guardian, athletes and recipients. I take this opportunity to mostly welcome and greet all of you to this auspicious occasion. To all of you present here, the organizers, importantly, the people who brought us here this evening, the women in sport. Women once more have demonstrated to the world that despite our difficulties of the day, they are born of a nation that is resilient. 2021 marks the 16th edition of the Momentum G-Sports Awards. The Department of Sport, Arts and Culture will this time around be celebrating its 7th year involvement in a partnership with Momentum G-Sports Award. Since my involvement within the sporting sector, the Momentum G-Sport Awards have stood out as a major Africa's leading women's sport recognition event and has accumulated major growth over the years. The Momentum G-Sport Awards takes place during the month of August, which belongs to and recognizes women's contribution across various platforms. These awards play a major role of gradual elimination of patriarchy in sport whilst giving recognition to all those who have achieved. This event further serves as a vehicle that reflects on the difficult journey that these phenomenal women undertook. The Department of Sport, Arts and Culture remains appreciative of the fact that annually the organizers of Momentum G-Sport Awards consider government theme and ensure that the event is tailor-made to reflect such. This time around, the event reflects the selfless contribution made by Umama Charlotte Manya Makalima, who's being celebrated under the theme 150th celebration of Charlotte Mahomo Manya Makalima. I'm pleased that the Momentum G-Sports Awards equally grant my ministry an opportunity to identify 5 phenomenal women who will be bestowed the Ministerial Special Recognition Award under the theme of Mama Charlotte Makalima, therefore epitomizing her contribution to the struggle of women emancipation. Had Ma Charlotte Makalima lived, today should have been celebrating 150th year of fighting patriarchy across all sectors of our society. Umama Makalima has been accorded a special place in our collective memory so that millions of young people, especially younger women and girls, can be able to draw solace and inspiration from her life of service and sacrifice. I take this opportunity to thank Momentum once more for their consistent support to the G-Sports Awards and for ensuring that this event remains South Africa's most commercially supported women's sport initiative, as you can see, support. I also encourage and lobby for more corporate support so that the Momentum G-Sports Awards remains the pinnacle of recognition in women excellence. Let me take this opportunity as well as and thank other G-Sport corporate partners for their continued support to this event. Wathinta bafazi, wathinta imbokodo. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Minister Nathi Mthethwa. Your personal support of this initiative is truly, truly appreciated. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our stars to boldly own their success on the Momentum G Sport Award stage. The first award is the G Sport Volunteer of the Year. This award was introduced back in 2007 to laud those who selflessly service the game and play their part to raise the profile of women in sport in South Africa. To present this award, please welcome onto the stage Momentum G Sport Awards judge Ntangeni Chibase. While they make their way to the stage, let's take a quick look at the finalists.
In the category Volunteer of the Year, the finalists are Molefe Dalesimo, first female chairperson of Lunga Cricket Club, who is leading the way for much needed change of culture for the players. Mpa Makoba, founder of the Atteridgeville Tennis Club, who has also made an impact at the Hammanskraal Tennis Club to develop future stars. Sandile Lukhele, a driven coach developing girls cricket in the rural areas of Pongola and Piet Retief. Cricket has grown tremendously in schools in these rural areas under his tutelage.
Those are our nominees, and the Volunteer of the Year is Sandile Lukhele.
Congratulations to Sandile Lukhele, who is devoted to promoting and developing girls cricket in Pongola and Piet Retief.
That is then our Volunteer of the Year. Congratulations to him. We will be seeing him speaking a little bit to Soni Mthembu a little bit later. All of our winners will be passing through her as we hear their thoughts on their victories tonight.
I feel very privileged to be recognized like this. You know, I thank God for His grace. I'd also like to thank Momentum G Sports and all the partners for recognizing us like this. I feel there's hope for women cricket development in rural areas. G Sport has a thing for rural areas. You know, they are able to go as far as Pongola, as far as Piet Retief to pinpoint and showcase the world that we are in fact developing cricket in rural areas. So it's a privilege to be recognized. We've been doing this for some years, and at some point we felt like giving up, but G Sport was there to tell the world our stories. So I feel very honored. I don't take it lightly. I'm really grateful to the parents of my kids, to the schools that opened their doors for us to come in. I'm really grateful to the communities of Piet Retief, Pongola. I'm thankful also to everybody who voted for me. Yeah. It was a tough battle, but then I now believe that I had soldiers behind me, hence they pulled me through. So I'm really thankful and very privileged to be standing here today.
The second award is the Supporter of the Year. This award goes to an individual who goes out of their way to promote women in sport and give them momentum, their success momentum. To present this award, please welcome onto the stage Supersport presenter and anchor Crystal Arnold. While she makes her way to the stage, let's find out who's up for this award.
In the category Supporter of the Year, the finalists are Andries, father to one of South Africa's brightest Paris sports stars, Simone Krier. This proud dad is the dedicated photographer of women's sport and also his daughter's biggest supporter. Nontu Mgabi, long-distance runner. Mgabi is giving back to positively impact the lives of the youth after raising 1.7 million rands to refurbish Kipinkunzi Primary School in Mtuba, KwaZulu-Natal. Selina Munsami. Over the past 10 years, Munsami has grown in leaps and bounds to support women in sport, both on and off the field. She regularly shares her thoughts and views on social media.
What a year it's been for our supporters nominations, the nominees for the Supporter of the Year. The winner is Andries.
Andries is father to South African Paralympian Siweya, who is currently in Tokyo flying the flag for Team South Africa. Andries is a photographer who dedicates his time to championing his daughter's career and plays his part to raise the profile of women's sport.
Firstly, thanks a million. It was a huge surprise and a major honor. For me, it's actually a motivation that what I've been doing for so many years and so many hours, and the family so many times talk about the hours that I spend on the field in the sun, for both the photography as well as the coaching for Siweya. It is a major motivation for myself.
Oh, we're getting this party rolling. We're certainly getting this party rolling. The third of the awards, the Hall of Famer of the Year. This one is a big one. This year, the G Sport Hall of Fame Awards goes to a woman who has paved the way for the current generation to achieve success in media. She is a pioneer and an icon who continues to impact the game through positive storytelling. Please welcome G Sport trustee and 2007 G Sport Hall of Fame winner, Hazel Gumede, to present this prestigious award. The 2021 G Sport Hall of Fame inductee is the legendary Jane Bramley.
As G Sport celebrates 15 years of positive storytelling, it is an honor to pay tribute to a woman who led the way all those years ago in a male-dominated world, to light up the way for the current generation of women in media to take their place. Congratulations, Jane Bramley.
A huge congratulations to Jane Bramley. She is our Hall of Fame inductee for 2021.
Oh, it's a tremendous honor. I was very excited when Cass phoned me. You know, I've been in sports reporting for the last 25 years of my career, and women's sport has come so far in those 25 years. I mean, when I started, well, in fact, 10 years before that, I went to report on the cricket at the Wanderers, and there wasn't a cloakroom for the women, whereas now women are everywhere. And I'm just so excited to see so many young reporters like yourself and Cindy Poluta and Zycon and people like that making their name in sport. But also the women's sport is getting recognition that it used not to get. And you know, there was one day when the netball picture was bigger than the rugby picture on the back page of the Sunday Times. That was a huge step forward. And when women are being shown on television doing their sport, I just think it's improved so much. But there's a long way to go. And we need more sponsors like Momentum and Spar and Telkom and Sasol.
The next media award is the Mail and Guardian Woman in Print. This one recognizes a woman creating powerful content about South African women in sport and shattering barriers in the male-dominated world of print. To present this award, please welcome onto the stage from Mail and Guardian, Ron Darby. Here are the lucky 3 shortlisted women for the Mail and Guardian Woman in Print Award.
In the category Mail and Guardian Woman in Print, the finalists are Mariette Adams, a senior writer at SA Rugby magazine who is a force in a male-dominated industry. She writes meaningful pieces for both print and online and continues to make a mark in sports reporting. Vuyokazi Nkanjeni, journalist for the EP Herald and Weekend Post newspapers, Nkanjeni writes specifically on football and is passionate about covering women's sport by highlighting their achievements weekly. Xolile Mpisane, a dedicated supporter of women's sport, especially football. She goes all the way to ensure she covers women in sport for Xolile while using her voice to change the game.
Certainly a highly contested category, this one. The Mail and Guardian Woman in Print is Xolile Mpisane.
Print
sport is still underrepresented, but with champions like Xolile Mpisane breaking barriers in this environment, it is sure to inspire the young women to follow in her footsteps. Congratulations to Iselezwe writing star Xolile Mpisane.
You know, you wake up every day to do something that you're passionate about, but to get, recognized, it just means you're doing something right, you're making an impact, and it gives you that energy to carry on. And I'd really like to thank Momentum, G Sport, and all the sponsors who made tonight a success, but more importantly, all of the sponsors who are involved in the upliftment of women in sport.
Continue then with the next Media Award honors, and that honors women in PR and sponsorship who champion women's sport. To present this award, please welcome onto the stage Jill Fraser, the Business Director of Flash Sponsorship. The finalists for women in PR and sponsorship are...
In the category Women in PR and Sponsorship, the finalists are Emi Kaseleti Bwalia, a formidable force in PR. Kaseleti Bwalia has been involved in sponsorship since the early 1980s through her work for Kaizer Chiefs, Reebok, FIFA, GAPA, World Cup 2010, and many countries across the globe on behalf of FIFA. Lerato Malikutu, the first black female to be appointed media manager of the South African national cricket team. Recently appointed PR consultant by Rock Nation Sports Africa, where she uses her position to champion women's sport. Siphokazi Sokanyile. Sokanyile has risen up from intern to international media star. She played a significant role in raising the profile of women's cricket while with the Momentum Proteas, and is now the media manager of the Proteas men's cricket team.
And the woman in PR and sponsorship is... Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Proteas media manager Siphokazi Sokanyile. Siphokazi is currently on tour, and she's asked her mother, Phumla Sokanyile, to accept the award on her behalf.
Good evening, everybody. I thought let me put on something fancy as well so that I can really be a part of this evening. I wanted to just say that I'm really honored and grateful that I am this year's recipient of the Women in PR and Sponsorship Award. I want to firstly thank the woman who's taking the award on my behalf this evening. To my mom, I know I definitely wouldn't be here without you. Thank you for all of your support and for all of your guidance throughout my life. I also want to thank my dad. I want to thank the rest of my family, my aunt who really rallied when it was time for us to vote, and all my cousins and Tata. Thank you to all of my colleagues and all of my friends and everybody that's always been a really great support system to me. We don't get to where we are by ourselves. We always have people that push us, people that support us, people that are shoulders to cry on and to lean on. And I just want to dedicate this award to everybody that has been a part of this journey. Thank you also to Cass Naidu, to the G Sport team. Every single year is just even more better. It's even more excellent. And I just want to take this opportunity to pay tribute to yourselves, and also to thank Momentum, because without you guys and without the support of all the other commercial sponsors, we wouldn't be able to have a G Sports Awards that is of this nature this evening. So thank you to everybody, love to everybody, including my fellow award nominees this evening. Thank you to all the phenomenal women who push women's sport constantly and without tire, without losing heart. Let's carry on and let's build this nation and continue pushing women's sport in South Africa. But thank you and have a great evening.
It has been good to see so much more being invested into PR and sponsorship in a bid to further raise the profile of women in South Africa. We're going to be heading back to the red carpet. We're going to be speaking to the entire presenter squad in just a bit, and that is going to be coming up, including many more awards.
With me on the red carpet is the MD of Nielsen. Now, Nielsen is a partner of the G Sport Awards. Jean Villas, you are with us this evening. And it's more than just being about an awards evening, isn't it?
For us, we're very proud to be here this evening, to be a partner of the G Sports Awards, and to share the stage with all of these brands and rights holders and phenomenal females that are going to be winning wonderful awards this evening.
A short while ago, you were telling me you do all the stats behind women's sport. Have we seen a phenomenal growth in the last, I would say, 3 years? That's how it feels for me.
Well, look, COVID has had its knock on everyone, but I mean, the 100 competition that has just taken place, and Cass was sharing the stage in the UK. We've seen amazing numbers, viewership numbers, attendance numbers come out of the tournament. And before COVID, we had the FIFA Women's World Cup, which was wonderful viewership numbers for women's sport. So yeah, the stats and numbers are all pointing in the right direction, and it's great to see all these brands that are getting involved and sponsoring these awards.
As a father of 2 girls, awards evenings like this must get you a little bit excited.
Well, one day hopefully we can have a future Tatiana Schoenmaker on the stage, a future Isabella Villas or one of those winning a G Sports Awards in 20 years or so. So yeah, definitely very emotional evening, and I think it's wonderful to bring everyone together. We don't do this enough in South Africa. We don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't tap ourselves on the back enough and really celebrate the wonderful women that we've got in this country.
Well, that's exactly it. Hashtag she owns her success. It's all about celebrating the wonderful woman tonight.
As I saw you grow, I watched you fade away, but I still see you. And what I see is not just someone different. I see someone who can make all the difference in the world.
Ni, San, Ji.
Okay, sure. House, play our song.
Connections make home Monati. Bring Monati home this winter with Telkom Home Internet from as little as $3.99 per month.
Welcome back to the 16th edition of the G Sport Awards. So excited for what is going to be an absolutely amazing night as we recognize brilliant women, and we are celebrating the power of recognition at these awards. Now, of course, our champion presenter squad has been out there mingling with the movers and the shakers. We're going to head over to Prins now, who's soaking up the atmosphere with some of our VIP guests.
DJ Bushle on the decks. Thank you so much. DJ Bushle is entertaining us here for this special evening of Women in Sport. And I'm here with Telkom Chief Marketing Director, Gugu Mthembu.
Thanks for inviting me here, Joe.
Hi, Gugu. You're looking amazing.
Thank you. I love your dress.
Me? I love your dress. The blue is working for you, eh?
Certainly.
So, Gugu, why did you decide to partner with G Sport 2021 Awards?
So, Joe, our brand has always stood for transformation, progress, and just making sure that everyone in our country particularly feels included in everything. So when we've been in sport for as much as Telkom has been around and involved in different types of sport, and as recent as 2019 decided to sponsor netball because it was important for us that in line with our brand purpose or brand promise rather of making sure that we leave no man behind, that we also started being a bit more visible in support of women initiatives and initiatives that are intended to celebrate women's successes. So when G-Sport came to my knowledge and the team's knowledge, we were like, this is one way that as a brand we can give back, but also just encourage and promote some of the work that the likes of G-Sport are already doing in this space.
That's lovely. And as a netball player, I completely understand why Telkom is a finalist for the Nielsen Sport South Africa Sponsor of the Year Award.
Whoop, whoop.
So what are your plans for the future for women in sport?
I think it's important to ensure that this is not just a project, a short-term project, but not just for ourselves, but all the other sponsors and new sponsors that will come on board, that we always champion progress for women in different spaces, whether it is in sport or outside of sport. So I think from that perspective, Telkom will definitely be supporting women-related initiatives, especially ones that are celebrating women's successes for a long time.
Thank you so much for being at the forefront of sponsoring women in sport, and you look amazing and enjoy the evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe.
Well, there you have it. Joe will be joining her a little bit later, also with the other members of our presenter squad as well. Right now, let's get back to the business of the night, handing out even more awards. And the G-Sport Women in Radio Award, that goes to an individual who drives and promotes women's sport over the airwaves, or someone who has broken barriers in what is a tough industry. To present the award, please welcome onto the stage Momentum Sports Awards judge, Miss Cynthia Chaka. Let's see who is dominating airwaves across South Africa.
In the category Women in Radio, the finalists are Louw, a force who has been consistent in an ever-evolving industry. Louw has been defying stereotypes in the sports industry for the last 9 years, since becoming one of South Africa's youngest female sports broadcasters. Nthabiseng Mamabolo, an advocate for women's sport, Mamabolo goes above and beyond to include women in sport interviews on Radio 2000 every single Saturday and Sunday. Thulisile Mia. Ukhozi FM's Thulisile Mia is the only female football commentator who covers all Premier Soccer League matches and international games for both Banyana Banyana and Bafana Bafana.
Another very tightly contested category here at the G-Sport Awards. The 2021 Women in Radio is Louw.
Louw broke into the industry as one of the youngest women sport broadcasters in South Africa and has risen up to become a household name in the broadcasting space.
Huge congratulations to you, Louw.
Oh, it feels absolutely awesome. You know, I've been a woo girl this whole evening. You know, woo to the G-Sport team, the judges, everyone, Momentum, to all the finalists in my category. It's been absolutely, thank you for setting the bar so high. I can't imagine how the judges chose. And winning a Women in Radio Award is so special because radio's been such a big part of my life since I can remember. I grew up in a little teeny tiny town called Hogsback. You can go Google it, I promise. It exists, but because of the mountain range, we had no TV signal, or I think they just got Wi-Fi, so there was like nothing. But the one consistent thing was radio. And I remember sitting in my parents' room, they had the best radio, and I switched it on and I was just transported to some of the biggest sporting moments in the world. And I felt like, you know, getting so emotional. I was part of like something big, and it made me dream big. And it's such an honor to be that voice for someone, you know, and be that vehicle to their passion for sports as well through this award. So, yeah.
Well, huge congratulations to Cato, Louw, 2021 Woman in Radio, and thank you so much to another veteran of sports in South Africa, Ms. Cynthia Chaka, for handing over that award. We continue now with the Woman in Social Media. That award honors a woman who uses her social media presence to enhance the profile of South African women in sport online. To present this award, please help me in welcoming onto the stage 2012 Olympic medalist Bridget Hartley.
The Woman in Social Media category. The finalists are Lali Stander. The Golf RSA media manager works tirelessly to raise the profile and promote development of women's golf from grassroots to elite level, all the while driving all women's sport across the personal platforms. Lesego Bowe. A brilliant talent in the cricket space, Bowe's passion for the game has seen her become a household name. Her vlog, Beyond the Boundary, gives viewers a great perspective into her evolving media career. Nandi Buthelezi. Buthelezi has shown immense dedication in the social media space and runs the Wits University sports platforms, hosting a series of webinars and interviewing women in sport.
One winner, our 2021 Woman in Social Media is Lesego Bowe.
When it comes to social content, few people come close to Lesego Bowe, who runs her popular YouTube channel Beyond the Boundary, dedicated to cricket insights and interviews as she flies the flag online for cricket in South Africa.
That's important. I mean, this is 2021. We have to use social media to our advantage because this is a platform where everyone is on. And for us, sometimes we can't wait to be on television, right, to use our talents. We have to use such platforms like social media to advance ourselves, right, and to do what we love. And for me, my love for cricket, like literally, is just so much. And I think you know that, Shoni, you know. And so for me to be standing here and receiving this award means so much to me. And for that, I want to take a moment to just say, thank you to my mom. Thank you to my brothers. Thank you to their amazing partners, Spongile, Khadija, Erica. Thank you to my friends and my family that voted for me. Thank you to the judges of G-Sport that believed in me. And because this is my first award, it's my first fruit, and I'm dedicating it to God. Thank you so much. And to my ride or die, my day one regulars. This goes out to everybody that voted for me and believed in me. And thank you to CSA as well, because I wouldn't be able to stand here without them believing in me. Thank you.
Well, this is one of those big ones, isn't it? The final Women in Media Award is the SuperSport Women in Television. This award honors women who are excelling in television broadcasting and leading the way to increase coverage for women's sport in South Africa. To present this award, please help me to welcome onto the stage SuperSport's Head of Production, Deshni Naidu. Well, it's a tough one to call, it always is. Let's see who the top three are.
In the category SuperSport Women in Television, the finalists are Julia Stuart. A regular contributor to Premier League TV in the UK, Stuart has interviewed legends in the world of football and recently covered the 2021 Euro Championships. Mbali Sikiti. A breakout woman in sports since her days at Soweto TV. She now finds herself at SuperSport as one of the leading broadcasters on the DStv Diski Challenge. Dumi Khaswe. Passionate about human interest stories that change lives, Khaswe honors women in sport on Newsroom Africa. She has evolved from her days on campus radio to national television.
It's a hotly contested one, but in the end, there can only be one winner, a superstar in this Women in Television category, and you will have seen her across all football and SS Diski fields. Please put your hands together for Julia Stuart.
Julia Stuart is someone who knows how to ask the hard questions, and her post-match interviews are second to none. From South Africa to the world, Julia in recent months began hosting Premier League TV and has aspirations to take international sports by storm.
Stunning trophy, by the way. And it says that the work that I've been doing where you're standing right now has been recognized, and to be honored in such a way after a year that I've been very blessed professionally. It's been dark times throughout the world. We're living in unprecedented times, but professionally, it's been beyond my wildest dreams. So to be standing here, I don't mind being on this side for once, because it's an incredible occasion for me. And just to say to G Sport, to Cass, and the work that they're doing, it is so important because, women in sport, sportswomen, there's more of us than ever before, but there are still boundaries to be broken. We are making headway slowly. There are more of us than ever before, so there's representation, but we got to keep striving for excellence, because if we do, then the women coming after us, the next generation, don't have to work quite as hard to get those opportunities.
Well, congratulations to the 2021 Women in Media winners. Continue to fly the flag for women's sports and show the world you are indeed unstoppable. Well, this celebration is going to continue. So many other awards to look forward to tonight as well, including the Ministerial Awards that will be coming up a little bit later. Don't forget to use that hashtag gsport16, hashtag #SheOwnsHerSuccess. Let's catch up now with Cindy.
Imperial is the sponsor of Women in Africa Sports Awards, and they're a partner with the G Sport Awards. Now, Esha, tell me, how important is it for a company like Imperial to partner with the G Sport Awards?
For us, it's about the alignment of values. For us as Imperial, we feel very passionately about developing and empowering women, and most importantly, finding those platforms and partnering with those platforms that recognize, honor, and invest in women in sport. And we do strongly believe that there's so much talent in this world, and some of our amazing and talented sportswomen have showed us that. I mean, look at the recent Olympics, our very own hero, or Shero, as you may want to call her, Tatriana. She's a typical example of women in sport and what they can offer us. And for us as Imperial, this is really aligned to the values that we want to resonate with all our stakeholders. So for us, this partnership with G Sport is one of those that we hold very closely to our hearts.
Absolutely. And just a quick message to girls out there before we let you go.
So for girls out there, I always say, dream big. If you look at the great talent that we have, it's all about encouraging each other, and it's about living those dreams. And for us, it is about all of us coming together to support the young generations of tomorrow and to empower them and to encourage them to be our leaders and to be our role models of the future. So to those young girls, nothing is impossible. Make sure that you make an impact, no matter how big or small, and start from a young age. And you'll never know, you're going to be up here on the red carpet one day.
Well, thank you to you and Imperial for working so closely with the G Sport Awards. Now, I'm sure the nerves inside and on that main stage are like this, so let's go back and catch up with some of the winners.
Speaking about sponsorship, it is now time to recognize the Nielsen Sport South Africa Sponsor of the Year. This award acknowledges the increased investment by corporate South Africa in women's sport as our stars continue to deliver winning performances. To present this award, please help me in welcoming Nwabisa Pai of Nielsen Sport South Africa. Here are your top 3 in this category.
In the category Nielsen Sports South Africa Sponsor of the Year, the finalists are Hollywood Bets, sponsor of the KZN Women's Cricket Team, JVW Girls Football, and the naming rights holder of the Hollywood Bets Super League. They believe in the growth of women's sport and have stepped up to back teams and leagues. Sasol, sole headline sponsor of the South African national women's football team, Banyana Banyana, and the Sasol League. These two iconic sponsorship properties with SAFA started in 2009 and have resulted in a host of South African women footballers going global. Telkom, sponsor of the South African Domestic Netball League since 2019, playing a vital role in helping future national team players rise up while ensuring more live TV coverage for netball.
The Nielsen Sport South Africa Sponsor of the Year is Hollywood Bets. To accept this award on behalf of Hollywood Bets, please welcome Hollywood Bets Commercial Manager Siweya.
Women's sport will thrive with increased corporate support. Congratulations to Hollywood Bets for showing their support for women's sport through initiatives such as the Hollywood Bets Super League and the sponsorship of JVW Girls Football.
I feel very honored and very proud, first of all, for accepting this award on behalf of Hollywood Bets. As you mentioned, we do a lot of work in that space, and I think it's been quite a long journey for us, starting in grassroots development of football and other sport. And I think that as we progressed on our journey, you know, we saw the need, a great need, to get involved as an organization from a commercial perspective and supporting women's sport. We've seen, you know, these phenomenal women playing and having to hold down, you know, jobs as well to take care of themselves and their families, and they're amazing athletes, they're talented, and they deserve the opportunity to really shine and to really focus on their craft, and it's really, really important for us to also ensure that we open up more opportunities for other young girls who are watching, who are talented. And so, you know, it's something that we have gotten involved in even further, and we aim to get it more involved in future.
Congratulations to Hollywood Bets, and may these corporations and these partnerships that you have started continue for many, many more years to come, especially in women's sport. It is now time to unveil the Emerging Athlete of the Year. This award recognizes a sportswoman under the age of 18 who excels in the year under review. It honors the stars of tomorrow to inspire them to sporting greatness. Please help me to welcome onto the stage Flash Sponsorship Managing Director Anthony Garstang to present this award. Let's see who's been shortlisted for the Emerging Athlete of the Year.
In the category Emerging Athlete of the Year, the finalists are Ansley de Beer. This youth cyclist not only returned from the Africa Continental Cycling Champs with 5 medals, she crowdfunded to make sure that she got there to reap the rewards in South African colours. Naveen Daries. Daries helped South Africa make gymnastics history after she qualified for the Tokyo Olympics by claiming a bronze medal at the 2021 African Championships in Cairo, Egypt. Riabetswe Moloi. South Africa's fastest female athlete over 100 meters. This year alone, Moloi participated in 7 competitions, winning 5 and being runner-up in the other 2.
The Emerging Athlete of the Year is Naveen Daries.
A history maker who has ambitions to raise even further in international sports. Gymnastics in South Africa is on a high because of athletes like Naveen, who have shattered barriers and inspired the next generation to reach for their dreams.
Thank you so much. It feels absolutely amazing to be celebrated, especially alongside fellow athletes and just people that understand the work ethic that goes into and for my sport. And yeah, I'm just so honored to be accepting this award tonight.
A big congratulations to you, Naveen. The SuperSport School Sports Star of the Year Award honors school stars to inspire sporting excellence in others. To present this award, please help me welcome onto the stage Head of SuperSport HR, Tsepiso Malaji. The finalists for SuperSport School Star of the Year are...
In the category SuperSport School Sports Star of the Year, the finalists are Caitlin Ramdav, number 1 under-18 female tennis player in KZN. Ramdav is also ranked number 2 in the country in the girls under-15 category. Recently elected ambassador for the BNP Paribas Rising Stars School Competition in South Africa. Lilita Ndungane. This dynamic junior tennis star will represent South Africa at the Under-16 Women's Tennis Association Future Stars Tournament in China, after winning the Under-16 2021 Junior Growth Point Nationals title. Miyanda Maseti, 3-time South Africa BMX champion, 2-time national champion and Junior Protea Colors recipient. Maseti participated in 4 BMX World Cups and has been selected to represent South Africa at the 2021 UCI BMX World Championships.
Brilliant young stars that are doing great things across the sporting world. The Super Sport School Sports Star of the Year is Miyanda Maseti.
Miyanda Maseti is a BMX rider on the rise. Her multiple global appearances representing South Africa has put her on pole position to achieve even greater highs as she dedicates her time to consistently winning in the big moments. Congratulations, Miyanda. Keep rising.
It's actually really cool because seeing that all my hard work and efforts paid off is like really awesome. Okay, first my dad said no because he said girls don't do sports. Like he said girls don't do BMX. So then I saw a race one day and my dad, and then I'm like, Dad, look, girls do race. And he's like, okay, yeah. But he was skeptical. Like, he didn't really want to. But then as I started getting better, he started investing in me more. And then he started, like, coaching me. And he's like, oh, yeah, you need to do this, do that. And I'm like, yeah, but you're the one who said I mustn't ride in the first place. Oh, no, they already believe in me a lot more. Like, on my second year riding, when they started seeing me improve more, they started to, like, invest more in me. And then I started getting better.
There's a lot of nerves, but tell you what, Miyanda Maseti, I'm sure we'll be seeing you on stages like this for a very, very long time to come. Thank you so much for still joining us here on the G Sport 16 Awards. We're going to be throwing to the rest of our presenter squad in just a little while, but don't forget to use that hashtag GSport16 as well as that special hashtag She Owns Her Success. And our winners certainly are. Right now, let's throw back to Prins. She's hanging out with the VIPs, child.
For over a decade, Sandile has been in the forefront of closing the gap in women's sport in South Africa and has really taken charge and elevating women's football. Tonight, I'm sitting here with the Vice President of Sandile Communications and Brand Management, Elton Fortuin. Elton, how are you this evening?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's so lovely to have you out and about. I mean, we've been locked up for quite a while, so is it interesting being around so many people?
It is very interesting, but I'm quite pleased by the protocols that the guys have followed. They've made sure that we feel comfortable and that we feel safe, so it's wonderful to be here.
So Elton, please share with us, why did Sandile decide to partner with G Sport?
We think it's important that we celebrate our heroines in sport, our female athletes, and I think that the G Sport platform offers a wonderful opportunity to do that. So for us, it was really a no-brainer to partner with it.
Yeah, that's lovely. So please tell me, what has been your highlights working with women's sport?
Well, we've been partnering with SAFA for the last 12 years in the development of women's football. And during that period, we have had so many highlights. For example, they qualified for Olympic Games, both in 2012 and 2016. They've won the COSAFA Cup for 4 years in a row. But I think the cherry on top for us was really their qualification for the Women's World Cup in 2019. That was just an amazing achievement for that team.
Definitely, I agree. So what would you say, how can we encourage other sponsors to get involved with women's sport?
Look, it has been a challenge, I know, for women's sports disciplines to attract sponsors. But I think the important thing is we as a society, I think, have to work harder at giving visibility to women's sports disciplines. And we really need the media behind us to ensure that there's visibility and there's coverage of women's sports events. Because what sponsors are looking for is brand exposure. And if there's high visibility, if they see the attraction from a brand awareness perspective, then I'm sure that the sponsors will certainly follow.
I agree with you. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much.
Now we're going back to Motsidisi.
Thank you, Joe. It's been a night of celebration tonight, and the awards continue to come. Right now, it's time for the Coach of the Year award, and this is presented to the coach who is making a significant impact on women's sport and is actively involved in growing the careers of South Africa's leading sportswomen. To present this award, please welcome onto the stage from Momentum, Carl Bosman. The finalists of the Coach of the Year are...
In the category Coach of the Year, the finalists are Delaine Mentoor. Mentoor led the SA women's water polo team to the Tokyo Games as the team became the first ever women's water polo team from Africa to make an appearance at the Olympics. Ilse Pelser. Palser has achieved remarkable results with the SA gymnastics team. She is an Olympic coach who was instrumental in helping Naveen Daries and Caitlin Roskrans become the first ever South African artistic gymnasts to qualify for the Olympics. Jenny van Dijk. Van Dijk led the Gauteng Jaguars to their 7th appearance in a final and 4th successive Telkom Netball League title in 2020. Not only has she dominated in challenging circumstances, but has been one of the most consistent coaches in netball.
Joined by Carl Bosman here to hand out the award for the Coach of the Year. It is none other than South African women's water polo coach Delaine Mentoor.
Congratulations to history-making coach Delaine Mentoor, who coached the SA women's water polo team to a historic Olympic appearance at the Tokyo Games. Mentoor is determined to see her team use the global experience to reach even greater heights in the coming months.
It's so difficult to put into words tonight. I am so grateful to be honoured, to be seen for my achievements and my sacrifices. I thank G-Sport, I thank Momentum, I thank the Department of Sport for recognising water polo and all the role players. I thank the Swimming South Africa. I thank SASCOC for allowing us the opportunity. You know, I'm just so grateful for me, for my Coach of the Year, it's for my parents, for the sacrifices they made to give me the world, and for me then living the world. I'm so grateful to my husband for his support. I'm grateful to my family who have just supported me throughout this, who have voted for me, everyone that's voted for me, and then especially for the women who feel like they have to choose between their careers and families. This award is for you. You know, I'm so grateful. We can achieve it.
Congratulations to Delaine. You are watching the premiere of the 2021 Momentum G-Sport Awards show, and it's now time for the big one, the Telkom Woman of the Year Award. Here we recognize a formidable woman who is shattering barriers in the world of sport and inspiring women to believe that anything is possible and that they too can reach higher heights. To present this award, please help me welcome onto the stage Gugu Mthembu from Telkom. Let's reveal the finalists for the Telkom Woman of the Year.
In the category Telkom Woman of the Year, the finalists are Vermaak. The Gymnastics South Africa CEO has demonstrated leadership skills and determination to save many clubs over the past year as lockdown threatened financial sustainability of the sport. Somi, captain of the national netball team, who was heavily involved in her community through the Somi Legacy Project. She was recently appointed as the ambassador of the DSTV Schools Netball League. Kisa Molotsane, a woman who is more than just an athlete. She serves as vice chairperson of the ASA Athletes Commission and brings about positive change for future runners.
And the Telkom Woman of the Year is Gymnastics South Africa CEO Vermaak.
Vermaak is one of the top sports administrators in South Africa and is leading the way to ensure that gymnastics can compete with bigger sporting codes as it continues to make history and break records on the global stage.
It's amazing, and especially to be recognized when it's been a year of COVID. You know, the award, the Federation of the Award, is really dedicated to our clubs. The gymnastics clubs who are 80% female owned, who fought to keep their businesses open during COVID, to the incredible leadership at district, provincial, national level who strive tirelessly to ensure that we safeguard all our members against harassment and abuse, to curb the spread of the virus, and not to just survive but to thrive during this time. Really, gymnastics has proven that it is the mother of all sports, and it doesn't just teach you the physical positiveness that you need in life. It teaches you all of the mental and life skills that you need to achieve your goals in life. And really, the winner this year is Sport in South Africa. Our fellow finalists cycling, golf, and many other sports, they were not our competitors this year. They were our allies. And for that, you know, we really are so thankful. And very thankful to Momentum and G Sport for the recognition and the platform of this.
A big congratulations to you, and the next award is the Team of the Year award, because nothing in sport can be done in a silo. This award honors a team that has produced outstanding results in the period under review. To help me present this award, please welcome onto the stage Momentum G Sport Awards judge Ntombi Mhangwane. The finalists for the Team of the Year are...
In the category Team of the Year, the finalists are Sasso Banyana. South Africa's women's national football team won the 2020 COSAFA title, making their 4th consecutive win and their 7th overall. SA Water Polo. 2021 marks a historic year for the SA women's water polo team as they represented South Africa in Tokyo, becoming the first ever African women's water polo team to qualify for the Olympics. Spa Proteas. Winners of the 2021 Spa Challenge Series. They keep up the momentum ahead of major events, including the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham next year and the 2023 Netball World Cup in Cape Town.
And the Team of the Year is the South African Women's Water Polo Team. And to accept their award, please welcome back onto the stage their coach, already a winner on tonight, Delaine Mentoor.
Been a game-changing year for SA Women's Water Polo, with the national team becoming the first African women's water polo team in history to qualify for the Olympics. Exciting times for the sporting code, which is ambitious to even do greater things on the global stage.
Much with the opportunities. For my team that has achieved the Team of the Year award, it means that what you wanted, your goal, to believe, inspire and transform is finally coming to fruition. Keep working hard. You know, to all the role players again, our federations, for allowing us the opportunity to compete at the Olympics. I'm grateful. And then to every little girl who aspires to be a water polo player, keep working, keep believing, because yes, it is emotionally and physically difficult to play the sport, but at the end of the day, you do it beside a team of women who support you, and that's what this goal means to all of us. And just one more to our assistant coach and our manager for this team. This award is equally yours, so thank you so much for this.
And the awards keep rolling in. Up next is the Federation of the Year award. This award applauds a federation that has taken up the challenge to turn women's sports professional and is also making those strides in this regard. To present this award, please help me welcome onto the stage from SASCOC, Patience Shikwambana. Here are your finalists.
Category Federation of the Year. The finalists are Cycling South Africa. Transformation is a key focus for Cycling South Africa as it works to build commercial success for its women athletes in a bid to achieve gender parity. Golf RSA. Golf RSA has applied leadership and innovation in tackling the twin COVID setbacks of unemployment and resumption of play for the benefit of the sports community. Gymnastics South Africa. Gymnastics has addressed pandemic-related setbacks while creating a safer environment for its athletes, and schools' participation campaigns paid dividends.
And the Federation of the Year award goes to Gymnastics South Africa. To accept the award, please welcome back on stage their CEO and Vermaak.
Congratulations to Gymnastics South Africa, who successfully defend their Federation of the Year title. This year, for the first time in history, 2 artistic gymnasts qualified for the Olympics. At the same time, Gymnastics South Africa continues to work to grow the sport amongst youngsters through the Skip Nation program.
puts gymnastics in the limelight, it puts it in the forefront, and hopefully that means that we can attract sponsors to come and journey with us, to grow, develop into schools, get more athletes to the Olympic Games, but mostly just make gymnastics a way of life. We want to be in every single household, in every single person's life, whether you are 18 months old or whether you are 96 years old. We have a place for you, and for that we really do believe gymnastics is the mother of all sports.
Congratulations to Gymnastics South Africa. Now we move on to the stylish ones. The Estee Lauder Style Star of the Year goes to a woman who owns her style and exudes excellence and grace as she goes about smashing her goals in sport. To present this award, please help me in welcoming the G Sport founder, Cass Naidu. It is a star-studded top 3 in the Estee Lauder Style Star category. Let's take a look at the nominees.
In the Estee Lauder Style Star category, the finalists are Akhona Makalima, leading African football referee with a stylish approach off the field. Makalima pushes the boundaries with her classy fashion sense. Kisa Molotsane, a versatile athlete with a sporty yet classy sense of style. Kisa understands fashion and what suits her appearance at all times. She has rocked bold colors unbelievably. Mamello Maka, flamboyant football supporter who stands out in different outfits, be it sport regalia or the red carpet. She has featured in various fashion magazines and a TV sport advert as a fashionable fan of the year.
And the Estee Lauder Style Star of the Year is, we don't even need VAR for this one, Akhona Makalima. Yeah.
Akhona Makalima is one of South Africa's leading referees, and whether she is on the field or walking the red carpet, she has an eye for style and ensures that her personal brand does represent the essence of who she is. Congratulations, Akhona. We are inspired by you.
Thank you so very much. Really, it's for me to be recognized by Estee Lauder at the Style Star Award. It really means that it is okay to be yourself and be very comfortable in your skin and who you are. And it's also very important to never lose yourself, because you know it gets me very emotional when I look at it, because being a female referee in a field of play, and people will always tell you how you should look like and what you should wear and what you should be doing, or what you should, how you should be presenting yourself as a match official, forgetting that you still have to be yourself. So this is a reminder that it is okay to be yourself and be very comfortable in your own skin.
The Style Star of the Year, the referee who's got yellow and red cards in her pocket, so don't mess with her tonight, but certainly always looking the part. This is the G Sport Awards, hashtag G-Sport16, hashtag She Owns Her Success. When we return, we will be handing out the ministerial awards, the big awards for tonight, handing out the rest of the awards, and of course celebrating brilliant women in sport. All that and more coming up.
This is our Africa, a place where promise holds more power than adversity, where opportunity outweighs challenges. This is where vision drives progress and innovation changes lives with access to quality products and services. With every mile and every smile, Imperial connects Africa and the world. With a footprint in more than 20 countries, Imperial is your gateway to Africa.
as I saw you grow. I watched you fade away, but I still see you. And what I see is not just someone different. I see someone who can make all the difference in the world.
Welcome back to the Momentum G Sport Award. Don't forget to use that hashtag GSport16. 2021 marks the year of Charlotte Maxeke, and the Momentum G Sport Awards pays tribute to this icon with the naming of the Special Recognition Awards after Mama Maxeke. Let's go to the red carpet now, where Poluta is standing by with the Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Thembi Siweya.
Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Thembi Siweya, you're absolutely no stranger to the G Sport Awards. 2019 you were here. Okay, 2020 kept you a bit away because of COVID, but how amazing is it to be out and celebrating women, young women especially in sport, or young women like you as well in sports?
In sports. Let me start by thanking the management for ensuring that this thing happens every year. It gives a motivation. We want to also thank Prins South Africa, which is an entity in the presidency, for continuously being able to partner and support these awards and all of the background that you're having of various sponsors. And we're really excited because sports transformation, especially for women, it's very important because there's notions that women can play particular sport because of how their makeup is. And when we have events like this to celebrate them, it becomes really very, very beautiful. We're really happy as the presidency that we can come today to come and celebrate women of South Africa who are breaking the barriers, who are entering areas where they are saying women are not able to go into. And I'm really excited that they're going to get their surprises today. And I'm hoping that a girl child from wherever, every part of South Africa, can be motivated so that they can also break the barriers and play in various sports.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my darling.
Thank you, Cindy. Well, not only is the Deputy Minister supporting women in sport, but also local brands as well, to make sure that you do buy local and you support especially women-led businesses. Now, people serve the game for years and often receive no recognition and perhaps never have the opportunity to boldly own their success. This year, the Special Recognition Award is dedicated to a struggle icon as we honor the year of Charlotte Maxeke. To present this award, please help me welcome onto the stage the Director General of the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, Mpisane. The finalists for the Charlotte Maxeke Special Recognition Award are:
in the Charlotte Maxeke Special Recognition category, the finalists are Desiree Varden. Varden has been involved in sport as both a player and administrator. After some time at the Oprah Winfrey School for Girls, she went on to join SASCOC. Desiree has fought adversity and continues to stand up for gender equality in sport. Dr. Kgothatso, a clinical psychologist passionate about mental health in sport. Tsebe has a PhD in psychology, is a Male and Guardian 200 Young South Africans recipient and a module lecturer and researcher in sports psychology at UNISA. Sue Pather. At 18, Pather plays her part to empower the youth in cricket. She is a game changer who continues to achieve on the playing field as an administrator and match official.
It's all about the game changers, all about the pioneers. The Charlotte Maxeke Special Recognition Award goes to Susie Pather.
Congratulations to longtime servant of cricket, Susie Pather, who at the age of 80 continues to give back to the game in the hope of inspiring the next generation to light up the way.
very honored and humbled to receive this prize. I started sports in 1979. 1979, I was the first woman in South Africa to learn to study aviation and fly a Cessna airplane and helicopter, and I did a lot of boating in UK. So it is a great honor to receive this award now. And I also fought a campaign at United Nations building 1988 July for the release of Nelson Mandela and multiracial sport. The rest is history.
Congratulations to Susie Patho, who's just paving the way in cricket. And did someone say 80 years of age? Aging like fine wine. She's looking so good, isn't she? Ooh. Well, it's time now to unveil the brand South Africa Parasport Star of the Year. These extraordinary athletes inspire and astound us with their tenacity, their guts, and their expertise. To present this award, let's welcome back onto the G-Sport stage Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Thembi Siweya. The finalists for the brand South Africa Parasport Star of the Year are...
In the category Brand South Africa Parasport Star, the finalists are Kgothatso Munjane. Munjane is hoping that she can record a 5th win in this category. In 2021, she wrote her name in the wheelchair tennis history books by becoming the first Black South African female to reach a singles and doubles final at Wimbledon, where she earned runners-up medals. Maria Combrink. Combrink broke the world record for shot put F64 and set a new South African record for para powerlifting. She is one of the biggest advocates for South African women in parasport and wants to see more para athletes across multiple sporting codes take over the world. Noluthando Makalima. This inspirational adaptive surfer has been successful in national and international tournaments. She won silver at the 2020 ISA World Championships and has her sights set on being included in the next SA Para team for the 2022 event.
The brand South Africa Parasport Star of the Year is one of the most celebrated athletes on this stage. Please put your hands together for Kgothatso Munjane. Yeah. KG is currently in Tokyo representing South Africa at the Paralympics, and she has asked the Optimize CEO, a big supporter of her career as well, Emi Kasaleti Wawalia, to please take this award on her behalf. Congratulations to Kgothatso.
Congratulations, Kgothatso. She has won this award now 5 times and becomes the most awarded athlete in this category.
This is the 2nd year that we award a Woman in Sport in Africa. In 2021, we introduced a new partner to this category, now known as the Imperial African Woman in Sport Awards. This award honors women on the continent who are taking action to effect positive changes in women's sport on the African continent. To help me present this award, please welcome on stage Esha Mansingh from Imperial. The finalists for the Imperial African Woman in Sport are...
In the category Imperial African Women in Sport, the finalists are Juliet Bewa, an award-winning sports journalist with strong media and communication skills, currently Group Head of Sport at Media General Group and founder of the Africa Women's Sports Summit. Ode Fulutudulu, accomplished international football star who has put Africa on the map, recently winning the Scottish Premier League title with Glasgow City Rangers. Violet Jubane, passionate about development of sport in Zimbabwe and beyond Africa. In 2019, Jubane launched Sports Redeem, which promotes financial sustainability and sport business on the continent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Imperial African Woman in Sport Award goes to Juliet Bewa.
Juliet Bewa is a media powerhouse from Ghana. She is committed to playing her part to change the game for women in sport in Africa. We are delighted to host her in our beautiful country tonight.
Thank you, first of all, to God. Because He made all this possible. I also like to say a very big thank you to my family. They have been my rock all these years. My mom, my brother, Obed Boafo, to my friends, Nawas, who worked tirelessly on this, to the sponsors for believing in the African woman in sports, and to the G Sports team for this great initiative. I think it's a very good one, and you can feel it through all the emotions that I'm going through. It's been a long road, so a recognition like this, I think, is just in order, but it's also to tell the African woman in sports that there's more room if you want to pursue your dreams. There's no limit to what you can do.
Congratulations to Juliet and to all our winners so far here at the Momentum G Sport Awards. What a good time it has been, and we continue to celebrate. Coming up is going to be the Ministerial Awards, but first, let's throw it over to Joe Prins.
It's an exciting time for women's sport, and there are more eyes than ever before on women's sport. I'm sitting here with the beautiful Crystal Arnold. Crystal, you look stunning this evening. How do you feel about being here tonight?
Joe, it's always a celebration, so it's so wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to recognize women who are inspiring throughout the year, and it's a great chance to not just recognize them, but also to get to see each other. I mean, in COVID times, when last did we dress up and actually have the chance to be in each other's company? So it's quite a wonderful evening.
Yeah. So I mentioned that there's more eyes on women's sport than ever before. What are your thoughts on the importance of live coverage for women's sport in television?
Oh, so important, so important. I was reading the stats the other day. I think it's just about 4% of women's sport that is televised around the world. So there is definite room for improvement. I think it's important because you can only know what you see. And so it's important from just inspiring the next generation of sportswomen. It's important from a perspective of money, because television rights is where the money goes, and sport is basically funded by television rights and by digital rights. So the amount that is injected into sport it's just astounding, the numbers, if we have to go through the numbers. And I think that women's sport deserves a share of the pie, but it also it warrants it to grow the games across spheres and across the various sporting codes that we have.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Visibility is so important. But have a lovely evening. Enjoy yourself. You look stunning. And now we throw it back to Motsidisi.
Thank you so much to you, Joe. Lots of celebrations here as we, really laud and celebrate great women in sport. Women in sport are having the best time here at this award, and it brings the curtains down on Women's Month in absolute style. Right now, the time to move on to our next award. Sasol is on board this year as partner of the Sasol Global Women in Sport Award. This award lauds women on the global stage who are championing women's sport through winning performances. To present this award, please help me welcome on stage Elton from Sasol. The finalists for the Sasol Global Women in Sport are:
in the category Sasol Global Women in Sport, the finalists are Ashley Mulman-Passio. A proud advocate for women's sport, this international road cyclist is a 3-time Olympian, African road cycling champion, South African road cycling champion, and UCI Cycling Esports World Champion. Kgothatso Munjani. South Africa's #1 wheelchair tennis player continues to break barriers internationally, recently making history at Wimbledon, reaching both the women's wheelchair singles and doubles finals. Thembi Kgatlana. One of South Africa's most accomplished female footballers, Kgatlana continues to break barriers on the global stage, recently concluding a 2-year deal with Atletico Madrid. She also launched a book, Strike a Rock, to inspire the next generation.
The Cecil Global Women in Sport Award goes to none other than the history maker. Please put your hands together once again, Kgothatso Montjane. As mentioned earlier, she is at the Tokyo Paralympics, so we've asked Emi Kasaleti Bwalia yet again, who has championed KG's career, to accept this award.
KG inspired the nation with her Wimbledon heroics, and she wants to continue urging the next generation to fearlessly pursue their dreams.
As a member of KG's management team at Optimize, she's asked me to accept these awards on her behalf tonight, since she's in Japan at the Paralympics, and hopefully she'll come back with a medal. She asked me to thank the organizers of this event and all its sponsors, who award women in sport that are typically in the background, and both in their careers and both in on the field. And what these awards do is bring women to the fore. So she's grateful for that. She's also grateful for all the people that voted for her. She's overwhelmed by the support. And she's grateful to her sponsors and her support team, which are with her through thick and thin through her career. I would like to say that KG is an inspiration. She's a young woman who has found the strength to fight against all odds, to endure and to persevere despite the overwhelming challenges she's faced. So she's the epitome to me of a hero.
The much anticipated Public Choice Award is next. This award goes to the person with the most number of public votes without winning an award. Voting was off the charts this year, as it always has been, and when you went all out to back your favorites. So, who has emerged victorious? To present this award, please welcome onto the stage from Momentum, Charlotte Mukasa. The 2021 Public Choice Award goes to none other than Mbali Sikiti. Mbali could not be with us tonight, so she's asked her husband, Simlet Sikiti, to accept this honor on her behalf. Siyabonga futhi.
Mbali Sikiti was shortlisted for the Supersport Women in TV Award, and while she may have not won her highly contested category, she has still won the hearts of the public and walks away with this special honor. A hardworking and passionate broadcaster, Sikiti is currently on assignment and sent through this message.
What an absolute honor and privilege it is to be recognized on such a big platform among such esteemed finalists and women who are doing so many amazing things in the industry. Unfortunately, I cannot be there tonight because I'm currently in KZN. I am championing women's football on the African continent. Yes, I'm doing the CAF Women's Champions League COSAFA qualifiers, and so I really wanted to take this opportunity to firstly thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who's honestly carried me through the ups and downs in this industry. My friends from the book club, church, the industry, my colleagues at Supersport and Vision View Sports Radio who voted for me religiously every day. My cousin from overseas who got her friends and her family from Scotland to vote for me. My mom who got her friends and church friends and nurses to vote for me, and my neighbors as well. My siblings, I love you so much. And last but not least, I really have to honor my husband in public, who has been one of my biggest supporters through the ups and the downs. He's really been the one person who's empowered me to be the best that I can be. So baby, I want to acknowledge you and honor you in public as the king that you are. And to G Sport, what an amazing platform that you have to celebrate and empower women in this industry. Thank you for such a recognition, and congratulations to all the winners today. Remember to own your success and go out and be a woman with a story to tell. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Come to that time in the evening where we are about to find out who has won the Momentum Athlete of the Year award. That will be before Minister Natim Thetwa reveals his 5 ministerial recognition of excellence recipients. Right now though, let's head over to the red carpet. I wonder who Cindy has with her.
Now look, we've had some beautiful looking women on the red carpet this evening, and there have been a couple of one or two gents, and I know it's a Women's Sports Awards, but with me is Carl Busman. He's the head of sponsorships at Momentum. Thank you so much for joining us on the red carpet this evening. And a lot of people have been saying to me, why is the M upside down in Momentum on your lapel?
Well, Cindy, thank you. At Momentum, we believe that with the right tools and advice, women are truly unstoppable in their journey to success. And what we've done a couple of years ago as part of Women's Month being August and celebrating women in sport and just overall gender equality and the upliftment and empowerment of women in sport, we flipped the M and it became Womentum. So that's now become every year. And we're very excited. It's one of the biggest campaigns that we do every year where we celebrate women on their journey to success.
Now, Carl is the head of events and sponsorships at Women's for this month, we'll call it that. You've got a bit of exciting news. There's some renewed partnership, something.
Yes, that's right. We've been in this partnership since 2019. It's obviously amazing what Kaz Naidu has done with this property over the last 16 years. For us, it's a privilege. It just sits perfectly from a strategic perspective as well when it comes to what our brand stands for. So we're really excited to announce that we are extending for another 3 years with the G Sport Awards. And that would be from a naming convention perspective, on the broadcast side, joining them with the newsroom, and even on the panel where we discuss other initiatives around masterclasses for women and just overall what this property is doing for women in sport. We're excited to be continuing with that.
Well, I think this evening has not just been about the amazing glitz and glamour of all the women and celebrating them. We do bring you some good news from the red carpet as well. Carl Busman, thank you very much. Let's go back and see what's going on center stage.
Thank you so much to you, Cindy. The time has come to hand over those prestigious Momentum Athlete of the Year Award. It's presented by Momentum and the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture. The finalists for this award have all owned their success through their excellence and exceptional skills in their chosen fields. Please help me welcome onto the stage Minister of Sport, Art, Culture, Nathi Mthethwa, and the Group Chief Marketing Officer of Momentum Metropolitan Holdings, Nontokozo Madonsela. As they make their way onto the stage, let's take a look at the finalists for the Momentum Athlete of the Year.
In the category Momentum Athlete of the Year, the finalists are Caitlin McNabb. Defending her South Africa Women's Amateur title helped McNabb maintain her #1 Golf RSA Senior ranking for a second year. She earned a spot at the Ladies European Tour after her win on the Sunshine Ladies Tour. Rhoda Mlaudzi. Mlaudzi specializes in winning titles with teams that she represents, which include Mamelodi Sundowns Ladies, Banyana Banyana, and Dynamo Minsk in Belarus, and looks set for more success in the coming years. Shabnim Ismail. Ismail became the first South African cricketer to win a Player of the Match award in an Australian Big Bash final. The Momentum Proteas star is also the first South African woman to reach 150 ODI wickets. She recently represented the Oval Invincibles in the 100 competition.
And the 2021 Momentum Athlete of the Year, Shabnim Ismail. Shabnim is currently on tour in the West Indies, having just come off winning the inaugural 100 title with the Oval Invisibles. She could not be here tonight to join us, but someone who is here, the Momentum Proteas best storyteller, Lesego Powe, to accept this honor on her behalf.
Her fiery performances have been instrumental in the Momentum Proteas' recent successes, and she has her sights set on playing her part in delivering a World Cup title for South Africa in the near future.
Hi everyone, just want to say I'm really honored and privileged to have received the Momentum Athlete of the Year award. Just want to say a huge thank you to Momentum, G Sport, Department of Sport, Arts and Culture. I really wish I was there to receive this award in person, but just to all the winners and nominees out there, huge congratulations to all of you guys. Hope you have an amazing one. Cheers.
Every year since 2015, the Minister of Sport has presented 5 Ministerial Recognition of Excellence Awards on the Momentum G Sport Award stage to outstanding women who have excelled in their respective fields. We're going to welcome back the Minister of Sport, Art and Culture, Ntate Nathi Mthethwa, to do the honors of recognizing these talented individuals. Please make your way onto the stage, Honourable Minister. The first Ministerial Recognition Award. Well, this one is an award, of course, of excellence. But before I tell you about that, this is, of course, the year of honoring the year of Charlotte Maxeke. In a year that has been dedicated to her life and her legacy, the first Ministerial Recognition recipient is a history maker who went to Tokyo carrying the hopes of her nation on her shoulders and went on to make all of us proud. She was ranked 17th out of 20 participants. She charged into the final and won a historic silver medal as surfing made its debut at the Olympics. The first Ministerial Recognition of Excellence Award goes to Olympic silver medalist Bianca Buitendag. Bianca could not be with us tonight, so we'll let the minister hold this one for her until she makes her return.
What a moment for Bianca Buitendag, who announced her retirement shortly after receiving her silver medal at the Olympics. Surfing in South Africa will never be the same again, following her incredible achievements, and she has inspired a whole new generation to get onto a surfboard and follow in her footsteps. Congratulations, Bianca.
The second Ministerial Recognition recipient is a young woman who beat the odds to qualify for the Tokyo Games in a historic year for her sporting code as it made its Olympic debut. While practicing for her event, she unfortunately got injured and broke her pelvis. She has come home determined to take the learnings from that experience and, of course, come back stronger. The second Ministerial Recognition of Excellent recipient is Team South Africa's youngest participant this year, none other than skateboarder Boipelo Aua.
At the age of 15, Boipelo Aua was the youngest athlete at the South African team for the Olympics in Tokyo. She is passionate about skating, who has come home determined to bounce back even stronger. There is a bright future that lies ahead for this young star from Kimberley, and we wish her all the best.
It feels amazing, and I would just like to say thank you so much to G Sport, because coming from Kimberley, obviously it's a small town and it's very hard to get recognition, and I'm very grateful for that. I literally had like 3 months to qualify for the Olympics, and my first World Champs was in Italy, and the Kimberley government, they handled all the expenses and paid for that trip, and there I got a certain amount of points to secure my spot as one of the first female street skaters at Tokyo. I definitely want to go back to Paris because I feel like the world didn't get a chance to see all my skills, and I would love to showcase that.
Well, a Kimberley Diamond, if I ever saw one. Congratulations, young lady. Can't wait to see you back on the stage as a champion. The third Ministerial Recognition of Excellence recipient follows in the footsteps of Charlotte Maxeke to put education first. A chartered accountant by profession, she's also a successful national hockey goalkeeper who reached 50 caps for South Africa at the Tokyo Olympic Games, where she was one of 2 flag bearers for Team South Africa. The third Ministerial Recognition of Excellence recipient, Phumelela Mbande.
Mbande is a trailblazer who wants to make a lasting impact on sport and leave a legacy that reminds the next generation that anything is possible. She has found a way to balance sport and education and is determined to play her part in ensuring that transformation of sport in South Africa is prioritized.
Phumelela could not be with us tonight, but congratulations to her for her Ministerial Recognition Award. The fourth Ministerial Recognition recipient is a history maker and record breaker who led the way for Team South Africa at the Olympics. She was South Africa's most successful Olympian at the Tokyo Games, winning silver in the 100-meter breaststroke event after setting an Olympic record in the 100-meter breaststroke heats. She then went on to break the world record on her way to gold in the 200-meter breaststroke Windhoek event. The fourth ministerial recognition of excellence recipient is none other than Tatiana Schoenmaker.
Tatiana's success was the greatest moments for South Africa's women swimming in a pool since the double gold medal success of Penny Hands back in 1996. Tatiana won 2 of the 3 medals bagged by Team South Africa at the Olympics, the other being won by Bianca Buitendag, meaning that all the medals won at the by South Africa in Tokyo were secured by women athletes. Take a bow, Tatiana.
Tatiana, of course, is not here. She is away at a swimming event, so my Patience will be able to accept that award on her behalf. Thank you so much, Ma. Congratulations to Tatiana. Well, Patience is going to stay for the final ministerial recognition of excellence recipient, which goes out to a woman who used her position within Team South Africa to make sure that our women athletes were lauded and celebrated as they flew the flag for South Africa in Tokyo. As chef de mission, she also ensured that the Minister of Sport, Art and Culture, Nathi Mthethwa, and the President of South Africa, Ntate Cyril Ramaphosa, personally congratulated South Africa's most successful Olympian in Tokyo, Tatiana Schoenmaker. The 5th ministerial recognition of excellence recipient is none other than the lady on the stage right now, Me Patience Shikwambana. Congratulations, ma.
For years, Patience Shikwambana has played a leading role in raising the profile of women's sport in South Africa. In 2021, as Women in Sport stood tall for Team South Africa at the Olympics, she used her vast experience to ensure that they were correctly acknowledged and celebrated as the world can see just how unstoppable they are. Women's sport needs more champion administrators like Patience Shikwambana.
They certainly do, and what a moment on the stage as well. Me Patience with 2 already tonight, and a young star that is on the rise and rise. Olympics is looking good for South Africa in the future to come. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you so much to you, Minister Nathi Mthethwa, as well, not only for your work today, but honoring women in sport as well.
It was a great honor and a privilege for me to be awarded the Ministerial Award. Recognition, it's by grace of God and the work that one does. So I'm really grateful, and I say thank you very much to KES, to our Honorable Minister and the department for this recognition. I think this is all what it says in life, that if you work hard, that's the reward that you get. Thank you so much. I am very grateful.
We have come to the end of the night. What a celebration it has been. It's been absolutely great. You know, the class of 2021 have boldly owned their success and shown the world that they are unstoppable. Before we go, let's catch up with the rest of the team. Cindy, what was tonight like for you?
Thank you so much, Maseti. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Why? It's unbelievable to have had this amazing panel of women hosting these amazing G-Sport Awards for this year. Clonnie, you got to sit with all the winners. What was the highlight of your evening, or your day, actually?
Yeah, you know, I think, Cindy, you expect that when you're asking the question about recognition, that it's a generic question and you'll get generic answers. But actually, we got different answers from people, different stories, because this all means different things to different people. And, you know, they've got their own stories to tell. And some of them are quite emotional, actually, about what this all means for them. So I think that stood out quite a lot for me about tonight's or this evening's awards.
Joe, every time I try to find you, you were just having the most fun. So actually, if you could in a small little way, tell us what the highlight was for you.
I think my highlight was just seeing the women boldly own their success and be unapologetic about it. And I think that's what's so beautiful about this awards, is that we get this platform to say, here I am, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and I'm proud of that, and I can own that. So that's been my ultimate highlight of the evening.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think it's been an incredibly tough year, given COVID and all of that's gone with it, the protocols, sport being on, sport not being on. So to be able to celebrate women in what is very extremely tough times, I think for all of us has been absolutely amazing. For me personally, to the little girls watching out there, remember, reach for the stars, keep your feet on the ground. Here's back to another super legend. I'm a super fan, Maseti.
Thank you so much, Cindy. To you, Joe, as well as Thorny. It's been an absolute privilege working with you guys tonight, as well as our voice of God, Itumeleng. What an evening it was, and it would not have been possible without Momentum, the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, Telkom, Supersport, Sasol, Imperial, Mail and Guardian, Brand South Africa, and Estee Lauder. On behalf of the G Sport Trust, thank you, South Africa, for all that you do to make sure that women's sport is taken to higher heights. From tracks to the field, to the court, to offices across our country, we see women doing it and doing it well. A very big congratulations to the class of 2021. From myself, Mutidi Simohono, and the rest of our world-class crew, good night.